And we are officially recording. We are live and direct. BAU podcast. Here's to another episode. Doof, Scott B. You know what I mean? Get rid of that doof. You're gonna be straight. Oh, we packing it in like this.
Yeah, we have to, man.
Buddying up and that.
No, we have
yeah,
to,
I like that. So listen, this is Adil, aka House of Adil speaking. You see me.
Rakeem.
You see who we got in the house. Oh, Rakeem, but say something.
I had to, man.
You're so eager to
Since
talk.
you always cut me off. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
It's
do.
your boy Rakeem here. And it's a party. Got my boy.
General to say out here. Let's do this.
Oh man, you see who we with, man. You see who we with, man. Don't sleep.
Hey, I just realised we're all in black and unplanned.
Talking about
Black gang.
You look like thieves, man. Listen, so on this episode here, we're gonna discuss what are we gonna discuss? I literally blanked because I thought I had one.
Keep your ear closed.
Nah, here's what we're gonna discuss. Yeah, we're gonna discuss as far as females go. We're gonna discuss why. Yeah.
Wait for it.
But they have to wait for it. They ain't got a choice but to wait for it. Yeah,
you have to slow down on this one. So
I don't rush for nobody, man. You see me? That's what you see me.
I'm waiting as well. I'm in the same situation.
He's like, get on with it. Yeah. So what's the saying? Oh yeah, women. So why some women put out a certain energy, and bear with me here, but follow me, yeah? They put out a certain energy, but then when it comes to it, okay, Dave Chappelle said it best. You know who Dave Chappelle is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've seen the Chappelle show back in the day. I don't know if it was on the Chappelle show or if it was on the his stand-up, but there's one where he goes, I don't understand women. He goes, they will dress like skimpy and that they will dress like half naked, and then if you go up to him like, yo, what, go on, she'll be like, I'm not that kind of girl. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
He goes,
I haven't seen it, but
but you can relate.
Yeah.
And then he goes, that's like me dressing up as a police officer walking down the street and someone comes like, hey officer, help me. Hey, just because I'm dressed like an officer doesn't make me an officer. It's the same thing. But it's not to necessarily like put women out in a bad light. It's more to say like some women would they would like play about in the sense of like they were, like, do you know what I mean? They would like play the game and then had the autonomy, they will act like surprised or shocked the feedback that comes from it. Does all that make sense? I'm speaking in code right now. I'm speaking in code. So it's it's one of those. I hope you understand what I'm saying because I'm about to break a sweat right now. So like I don't get that. I don't get why you act a certain way and then you get the feedback and I had the autonomy. You're like, yeah, but and then it's just like. Does that make, like, has that ever happened to you guys? Do you kind of roughly get what I'm talking about right now?
Most guys could probably relate to that. I'll tell you that, man. Yeah.
Do you think it's our fault as men, or do you think it's them? Like, because one thing I clocked about women, if you say things, because we're very direct as men, so we're very simple, we surface, we just say it. They like to overthink things and get into depth of things or try to figure out what's really behind it. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Where if I say to you right now, I'm tired, you might not be like, man's tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For her, tired. How? What does it mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she'll dig into it. She'll take us some next place that it doesn't need to go, and it's like, no, I just said I was tired. That's it. Like, there's nothing more to it. Do you think that it's that overthinking is just something that's just in them naturally, or do you think that it's something we provoking as men? Like, do you think it's some sort of...
That's a good question, actually.
You know what I mean?
That's a really good question, though. I'll leave that one
What do you
to
reckon?
you. I'll leave that one.
I like this. This guy's the worst.
This one was like, you get the outside.
Is that sausage?
Listen,
I'm out.
hamstring.
This guy said I'm out.
Oh, man. You know what? I've never really thought of it that way, but yeah, I see. Yeah. That's what he's saying.
Bad substitution going on right now, man.
Like, you know, one thing I noticed,
Yeah.
girls, like, they tend to do, you know, like, this is what I call it, like, okay, like, I call it algebra, innit? It's hard for us to solve. You know what I mean? Like, if they say I'm fine, nah, that's algebra for something else, you know what I mean? It's okay,
You
don't
gotta figure
worry,
out what
that's algebra for science.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
I think that's a conversation that we had at one point where we were talking about if we want to leave, do you really tell her, okay, I'm leaving, Yeah, and you're in the house.
Leaving
at this
as in
point.
what?
Like
Like
you're in the
literally
house.
walking out the house?
Yeah, walking out the house. Would you tell her you're leaving, or would you just walk out and leave? Or
What did I say?
And it was one of those. You said I'll just leave, but this is the thing.
my G, hey?
This is the thing.
This guy wants to ask for permission.
I'm
and that.
gonna go out. I'm gonna go out, and then it was that one that we were talking about. It's do you mind or not? It's up to you. What does that really mean? You see where I'm coming from?
It's up to you if you wanna go out.
So it's up to you. Like you know, you can go.
It's
out,
riddles,
or
man.
It's
Like,
one of
you have
those
to
you have
speak
to
it-
really
you have
figure
to-
out. Like
They're
you really got
talking
to
in
know
riddles
her, you
and
know what I
they-
mean?
Yeah.
So
But the problem is they're talking in riddles, and then they also expect for you to read between the lines and like try to figure out what's in their head all at the same time. All within a split second as well. And it's like, okay, where do I start? And it's literally like you said, algebra is the best way to, like, you know what I mean? It's an equation every time, and it's like they're getting long every time. It's like, how do I break this one down? Like, you know what I mean? So it's a funny thing, Neil, because one thing I've noticed is and you in social media somehow, so you know this better than anyone else. You no, this is this is not going
limelight. You're made for social media now, sir.
substitute.
He wants to come out. He wants to come out.
I think I'm gonna call this, and this is what I'm just gonna call it. This episode, I'm gonna call it substitute.
Yeah, substitute. That's the
But
one.
that, this is what I was trying to say, yeah. The way you want to put something out, so you've put out a project or something, a video in your head, the person watching it might always not get it that way. Does that make sense? So you thought there was a certain style you were going for, certain joke, you put it out, and then someone's watching, they might have completely misunderstood it.
Yeah.
I forgot what my because I was supposed to, like,
You know how we always.
what
go
was I
a little
talking about
bit-
before?
Bro, you lost me now.
So I was talking about, okay, so I said, we were talking about women. Well, my memory is so bad, it's a beautiful thing.
How you just literally the whole algebra thing, and then the reading, you gotta figure it out. That's the part I remember.
No, this is what I was trying to say. I was trying to say when women put out a certain energy, or they talk a certain way, they hang out at a certain place, they obviously giving out an impression. And in their mind, they might have a certain impression of themselves, right? So they might think like, oh yeah, whatever, this is casual, I'm out with my girls, whatever that they say.
Right.
But in our eyes, we know that this is this kind of spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's wearing that kind of. So all our signals are like ding, 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 ding. Easy. You go in, and then you get a response that's like, how did I miscalculate that one? Because do you know what I mean? Same way that when you put out a video, you obviously ticking all your boxes. You put it out, you're happy with it. Someone watching that, they might be like, let's say one of your parodies or whatever. They might watch that and then be like, completely missed the point. Does that make sense?
Course,
and then they will come at you on some like does that make sense? Like same way that, like, I mean, that misunderstanding.
But
So I
what
think
can
that's
that really mean? Like, okay, when she tells you, okay, I'm not that kind of girl, a girl that's wearing dress, you know, and she comes up to you and she's like, I'm not that kind of girl. Could that number one mean she's not interested in you, and she's just sort of like trying to wave you away, just that easy way, you know? You know exactly how they used to do it, old-fashioned way. I've got a boyfriend, or I don't have a phone.
when she says I got a boyfriend, all you say is I got a dog. She'll be like, why are you telling me that? I'm like, why are you telling me? I thought we just naming random things. Like, nah, that don't even work no more. But it's funny you say that. When she's trying to blow you off somehow, because there's a line that goes, if a girl's playing hard to get, she's probably working on someone else, and she's trying to get someone else, or something like that, something to that effect.
I remember that quote, yeah.
So it's
She's working hard
to get someone else. So that's why to you, you're like, she's playing hard to get. That's because she's working on someone else who's playing hard to get on her or whatever. So it's a vicious cycle. But you see what I'm saying? But the funny thing is, like, one thing I clocked about women, and like, I like to keep my life simple. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like the average man. There's nothing special about me. I just like, I think the average man just wants an easy, like, simple, straightforward life. We won't get it. We constantly have to try to figure things out we don't even want to figure out. Now I gotta use brain power on something that I didn't even want to like think about. Now, you know what I mean? Now I'm trying to figure it out. I think a lot of times the miscommunication is the similar thing to, you know, parents that speak a certain language and kids that speak a different language, and the kids don't understand the parents, and the mother is just trying to advise this kid, and this kid's like, nah man, you don't know, and he's speaking English, he's speaking Somali, like it's all the same, man. It's just we all just misunderstanding each other. We're talking like kind of past each other, like, do you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, would the solution be, let's start having more mindful conversations and actually listen to each other and talk directly rather than like, you know what I mean? Because when I'm talking, if you're sitting there thinking about some other things, you're missing my point. Make sense? Same way if you're talking and I'm the whole time like, yeah, I can't think of something else, then I'll respond with something. Does that make sense? Or,
I think it all comes down to like when you're approaching a woman, it's the way you're approaching her as well in a way. So if you come on some mad thing and be like, yeah, what you saying, B? Like, what's going on? Like, do you weird? You know? And then you just start complimenting her like 10 times within like a minute of a convo. Yeah. You know, it's one of those. Okay,
but some girls like that.
Yeah, okay, but that's some.
Girls are like
that. Okay, but that's some. That's some. You see what I'm coming from? That's some.
Everyone's different.
And it's just, I think it's just the way a girl looks at or the way a guy approaches her as well. You see what I'm coming from? So if you come on a respectful thing, regardless of what she's wearing, even though that sounds a bit, you get me, to certain men, that might sound a bit crazy, like, okay, you know, she's literally half naked, but she wants me to come on some respectful thing, you know what I mean? But it's just you know, but I just think it's all about the approach, man. The first approach and the way you approach her, you know, I think that plays it. But what do you think?
And also, you know, like, obviously the girl, if she's dressed in a certain way, like, it must be for a reason. Like, she must want to get that attention, do you know what I mean? But obviously, I'm not a girl, I'm not a girl, so I don't know. They probably want to, but they don't want to admit, like, they want you to approach them like that, but then they try to brush you away because, I don't know, like, they just...
They do want to get attention in a way where they like they do want to get that attention. I see where you're coming from, but then in a way a lot of girls would want to just dress like that because they've got their homegirl dressing like this and like that, and then she just don't want to come on a ratchetly hood kind of look, you know what I mean? So she's the only one that's looking her typical jeans and trainers, you know. So
the conversation we should be having is, are you actually keeping it real? Like, do you know what I mean? More than anything else. Because if you're telling me certain people are dressing a certain way, if, let's say for example, if all my friends are all like always tracksuit up, hooded up, like, you know what I mean? Like hats low, and I'm running around doing that, is that truly me, or am I trying to mimic these lot to hang
you're trying to blend in. You're trying to blend in. That's
so it's like, Marka is like, so we have we got identity crisis here, Marka. So we have like, you know what I mean? We got a whole new issue at hand. So the issue is actually not her like saying that you should approach me a certain way, whatever. It's her not even know what she wants in the first place. Because the vibe she's giving off is on some like, you know what I mean, half naked, whatever vibe. When it comes down to it, now it's almost on some like like I'm just, you know what I mean, like I'm just to come. So it's like, well, maybe you should decide who you are first. And then, and here's the thing, it's a tough pill to swallow because stereotypes are there, whether you like them or not. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, like you can fight it as much as you want, but if you dress a certain way, you're gonna be judged a certain way. That's just how the game goes.
But that's,
you know what I mean? I don't make up the rules, I just play by them. You know what I mean? So when we have that issue at hand where someone is dressed this way, hanging out at this spot, then don't act surprised. Like that's what I'm saying. Like don't act surprised. Keep, like, you mean, like have that. You here, you dress this way. Don't act shocked. It's fine for you to say no. Like that bit is cool. That's where I think some guys might get it wrong by, oh nah, she's playing the game. She's playing the game. Like I'm gonna step it up. Nah, don't step it up. Leave it. Like you know what I mean? Don't, like because you get guys that don't take no for an answer. Is what I'm talking about.
No, I see.
You gotta keep it calm. Yeah, if a chick goes to or try blows you off, or she's like, you know, gives you the cold shoulder. Alright, cool. I'm doper than this anyway. Bam, you move on. Like you know what I mean? But there's some guys that be like, oh, the challenge is on, and it's like, nah, you don't want to go there. Like,
I've actually seen, like, you know, when you observe a guy chatting to a girl, whether it's in a party or whatever, especially in a party, and then he gets the red card. You know, some of them just get the red card straight away.
Not that I go to parties and that. I've heard that that's what happens.
Yeah, you've heard about it. Yeah,
that's what happens at parties.
This is good.
But they get the straight red. You know, some guys they get the straight red card, not even like a warning, or you know, some girls might just give you that little chance and be like, okay, you straight out, you know. And the next one.
What does that look like? You know, what does that look like? The straight red card, is that like the get off me? Is that the red card?
You know, without even talking, like without you even having to say anything, it's just a straight red. Okay. Does she already have someone? Okay, cool. That's what I'm thinking. And then you see a next guy trying to talk to her. It's the same thing.
Do you
get
care,
the red card again.
Do you care if a girl But do you care if a girl has someone or not?
Who, me?
Say you're approaching and then she goes, But if she says to you, I got a man, you'll be like, who cares?
Yeah, no. I want to say I don't care. Yeah, but like I told you, it goes back to, you know, trying to brush someone off and trying to use every single excuse that you have. You know, she might not have a boyfriend. You see what I'm saying?
She might have a boyfriend. So
she might.
What are we doing?
You see, she might. So, like, you know, obviously you've been in situations. no man can tell me they haven't been in a situation where a girl has told them, you know,
I haven't been in that situation.
I've
heard,
she told them I've got a
that's what
boyfriend.
happens, but I've never.
Have you been in that situation where she told you, okay, she's got a boyfriend, but then you literally later stages down the line, you know, when you guys are actually talking, you find out that she doesn't have a boyfriend. Does that make sense? You know, so it's sort of like, okay, you know, was she trying to brush me off in the beginning?
I don't think the general's with you just saying. The general goes, I don't think so.
Listen. If you
Like, I
don't
feel
know,
you.
I'm going to school you.
School me. Go on.
This guy's acting
Put me
so
up on
innocent.
game, man. Nah, put me up on game. Yo. I know nothing, man.
Alright, this goes back. Forget that. Yeah, this
Put me
goes
up on
back
game.
to two guys getting a red card, and then the third one, she's comfy, she's chilling, she's talking to him.
But if you're one of the first two that gets a red card, didn't
I didn't say me. I
Okay,
said
but
I'll
I'm giving you
observe.
the example. This is all hypothetical. This is not real life. If you get the red
man
card,
just
what
wants
more
to-
do you want?
Huh?
What more do you want? Are you gonna explore and be like, nah, she might not have a man. Let me like go harder. You gotta
No,
leave
I'm
it.
talking about not that part. But I'm talking about you know when you get a straight red, like you know some girls just don't
Give me
you a
one
chance.
example of a straight red. Just a random example.
Okay.
Of a straight red that's like, ooh, you can feel it from you standing in the back and you're like, oh, I felt that from over here. Like,
Yeah. The brother didn't even get a chance to speak. You know what I'm saying? So he's walking up and he's about to say something, and she turns her back and grabs her girls, and it's just like I'm watching there. I'm like, ooh.
Even all the men in the back is.
And you're just like
That walk of shame. Oh, like you said it, man.
that's a straight red.
That's gonna hurt a little bit. And the
Yeah.
thing is, those ones they last a couple of days as well, man. You gotta let those sit, man. You gotta take a walk down the beach and be like,
Let
what
it
am I
sink.
doing with my life? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you get there.
The straight red. The
Yeah.
straight
So
red.
that's
I
what
think-
that's a perfect example of like a ooh. But
Okay,
would you carry on
approaching-
from there or would you leave it at that?
Or approaching someone, or you're walking behind someone that's not wearing headphones at this time. Yeah, not wearing headphones. You're like, excuse me.
This is the best one. You're about to approach them, they can see you, you're walking like this, yeah. And they're like this. And you can see there's no phone call. Walks away.
That was a bird.
You know that conversation we had about the headphones, and she might not hear you or whatnot.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
cool.
remember, man.
This time,
let's
she
fill
ain't
him
got
in.
the headphones.
Let's fill us in. So,
Yeah. So
what was it? So if a
was
girl's
the-
walking with headphones on and you happen to say like something, hey, excuse me, or whatever, you're walking behind her, and say for example she's wearing headphones, you can't see it. Say her hair is down, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't even see she's wearing headphones.
Yeah.
This
You're
guy says
thinking-
he would run around just to come look at her.
I didn't say I was running around, but you're no. That's not what I said. Listen to the episode approaching women with audio, yeah. Listen to the episode, yeah, and listen to what I said. This is what.